Language has power, and that's why fascist regimes really prioritize propaganda. And as Timothy Snyder writes in his book on tyranny, we need to respect our language. Unfortunately, I'm noticing a lot of talking heads and even journalists on cable news making the mistake of using the language that Trump and Elon Musk are projecting out into the world. And by using the language of fascists, we are letting them set the terms of debate. Now, here's a crystal clear example. Doge does not exist. It is not a real thing. Every time that I hear a talking head like Joe Scarborough or even real journalists who I have a lot of respect for using the word Doge and then explaining that it means Department of Government Efficiency without taking the time to explain that it is neither a department nor is it anything that has been granted authority to make any decisions by Congress, that is a problem. Using the word Doge ever, pronouncing it the way that they do, the fascists, that alone gives the fascist power because it legitimizes what they're doing. For those of you who don't spend too much time on the internet, let you know where Doge came from. The online Doge meme came from a Japanese Shiba Inu who was photogenic, very expressive face. It's something that you've definitely seen before. People who spend far too much online start to grow a cult following around some memes, and Doge was one of these. Now, like a lot of memes, these things evolve over time. So dog became D-O-G-E, and the pronunciation of Doge becomes this like a meme in and of itself. And a few years ago, a lot of these overly online people got really into cryptocurrency and blockchain as like the future of the internet. It became an obsession that was talked about on the news constantly, and the mainstream media and the general public started to look at cryptocurrency in the same way that everyone is looking at AI, like it's just completely overhyped. And it was a bubble that was destined to burst. Elon Musk, having hundreds of millions of Twitter followers, he understands that he can move markets with his tweets. And he has gotten in trouble with the federal government for doing things like tweeting out lies about his intentions with his companies to inflate the stock. And he ended up having a legal babysitter who had to check all of his tweets to make sure that he wasn't engaging in what essentially amounts to insider trading. That only applied to his companies. So Elon Musk, being this overly online Twitter fucking weirdo, he decided that in order to artificially inflate his wealth, he was going to start tweeting about these meme coins. A meme coin is a cryptocurrency that can be made by basically any tech loser. Its value is connected to absolutely nothing other than popularity. And the Doge, as a recognizable meme to millions of people, this was ripe for exploitation. So a lot of finance bros, people who spend too much time on Twitter, they look at what Elon likes and they invest in it because their assumption is if he's investing in something, then they can ride his coattails and the moves that he makes in the market will benefit them. So knowing this, Elon Musk really started to invest his personality online with this Doge thing. Even went so far as to make Twitter's icon or logo the Doge face. And he did this while investing in this otherwise completely worthless cryptocurrency, this meme coin, Doge. So that is all to say that everything about this Doge thing when it comes to Musk is one part joke, second part scam. So when you have real journalists and the talking heads all over cable media using the word Doge and not deliberately mispronouncing it and not explaining every single time that they have to bring it up that this is a joke and a scam, they are helping the fascists give credibility to something that has no credibility. When a journalist calls something the Department of Government Efficiency, but doesn't explain that it is not a department and the word department has a specific meaning, it means a secretary, a member of the president's cabinet is in charge of it, that would be a Senate-confirmed position. That would be something with a budget that is defined by Congress. Those are the things that make a department a department. It is what gives a department legitimacy and authority. Elon Musk's and Donald Trump's Doge everything is a scam. And it is a joke. And the joke is on us, because every time that we and journalists and politicians use the word Doge, we're using the language of the fascists, allowing them to set the terms of debate and grant legitimacy to something that has none. And by granting legitimacy to this Elon Musk, Donald Trump scam, they granted power. Language has power. We need to respect our language and refuse to use the language of fascists. So politicians, journalists, do not say the word Doge. It is not a word. Say Dougie, the made-up non-department. Call it a scam. Do not let Americans who aren't completely plugged into the news start to think that this shit is normal. Because when you start calling it a department without explaining that this is a scam, you are doing the fascists' work of propaganda for them. So knock it the fuck off.